This podcast is rated R for restricted. Under 17 requires accompanying parent or adult guardian.
Mission 250.
Welcome to the Mission 250 Filmcast, where we are watching the best movies ever made according to IMDb. You can go to our website, mission250filmcast.com, where the list is frozen. All of the upcoming episodes are there too. That's the beginning. And now...
Oh, you almost got through it, too.
Yeah, shit. So that's John. TC
Hey,
is.
yes, hi.
That other guy.
That's him.
Yeah,
And then
on
this is
the
Denny.
podcast, that's what happens is the gracious host introduces the other people. You know, we've been doing this normally, like where you say, joining me are, and one of us has to speak up. I don't know.
Wait, look,
You
that's
could, like, introduce
self-sufficiency
who you are.
right there at its finest.
Yes.
Yeah.
Say our own
That's true.
name.
Taking some of the
That's
pressure
fair.
off you guys. I thought that would be appreciated. but
Oh, okay.
Apparently not.
Well, I thought I was
That
taking
freaked us
the
out,
pressure
man.
off
We know
you.
what to do, man.
Like, you have to think of something nice to say about us as you introduce us. That, but whatever.
We got the guy who likes movies that are bad, John, and we got the guy who hates movies that are good, TC.
Hey. I don't know if that
Really?
was right.
That's all I get?
Yeah, that's all I get.
Is that not good enough?
No, it's nothing.
And then
So
we got
they're
the guy
descriptive.
with the
It's
whip that's whipping two adult men into submission. This guy, pointing at myself.
That's a weird mental image. Not
Yeah,
gonna,
It is. I
not
don't
gonna
know where
lie.
that's coming from. It has
Yeah.
nothing to do with me or TC. I'm quite certain.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good intro to fucking the movie, huh?
It is. What movie is this? This week we're going to watch the number one.
Live Soft, I
Number
think.
Yeah,
Live
Live
119.
Soft. Like, where
Live
did they
Soft.
get that? Where did they get Die Hard? That I know.
Yeah. I don't know. It's Live
It's like,
Soft.
isn't that a battery? But whatever. Yeah, it's like they named the movie after a battery.
Die Hard, 1988, directed by some guy named John McTiernan. The synopsis is an NYPD officer tries to save his wife and several others taken hostage by German terrorists during a Christmas party at the Nakatomi Plaza in L.A., where TC is from.
Right.
But
Yeah.
it's John's turn to go first
TC's
this
place.
week.
I'll tell. Yeah, I mean, before you go, John, are you sure this was from 1988? Because I couldn't tell.
Really?
Is that sarcasm?
There was no sarcasm felt on that one.
I thought the
Anyways.
frizzy hair gives it away.
Yeah,
Oh,
go
that
ahead,
hair.
John.
The women
That
with
frizzy
the
hair.
frizzy curly hair. That's
Oh my
that's
God.
like the
Yeah.
80s.
Anyways, go ahead, John. What did you think?
Oh, this is a fun movie.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was just really entertaining. I haven't seen it in a long, long time, but I really loved it when it came out back in the day. I was shocked by its violence then, I think, too. I wasn't really used to, I think it was one of the first R-rated movies I've seen. No, it's not that. Is it? No.
Did you see it in theaters?
Yeah. Yeah.
Nice.
But it was,
Wow.
again, it was still sort
How
of-
old
I
are you,
mean,
John?
35.
Shit. So I was like, I don't know. Yeah.
Let's not go there, dude.
Yeah. I know,
I'm
we
old
don't
and I
wanna
can't do
disclose-
math, so next question.
We're not,
Yeah, what
we're
the
not supposed to disclose personal. Go away, Microsoft. God damn it. I'm like at the IMDb page, and now I've got some kind of full screen Microsoft ad about Surface. Anyway, okay, sorry. My life was just interrupted by internet advertising. Yeah, Die Hard's good. Yeah,
All right, TC, you're-
Die
No.
Hard's good. Okay, Die Hard good. Soft live, no good. Die Hard good.
That's right.
Yeah.
Anyway, next week.
Yeah, we have.
Another movie that starts with a
Yeah.
D, believe it or not.
All right.
Imagine if
All
this
right.
was just it, 4 minutes in. All right. Sums it up.
Yeah,
We're good
well,
here. Die Hard's good.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
All
have
the
a good one,
practice
huh?
over all these years has not helped us out at all.
No, we've only gone reverse. We've just like gotten
Yeah.
shorter and
Yeah.
shorter. Like, hey, it feels like we should just wrap this up. I don't know.
It's another movie. They're kind of
So-
all the same, wouldn't you say? Yeah, they're pretty similar. Okay.
Yeah,
See
so
you
it's like
later.
a thing.
It's
There's a
all the
story.
same.
They shoot things. They do
Yeah,
stuff.
that's how we know. We've just gotten so accustomed to this. We just know. We just know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a beginning,
Yeah.
middle, and ends. There's characters, camera movements, sounds.
Yep.
So this movie made Bruce Willis a star. I don't know if either of you have ever seen Moonlighting.
No.
But
I don't think so.
so that was his, like, I loved it, and it was like just a comedy drama detective sort of show with Bruce Willis and Sybil Shepherd, and
Okay.
that's what he was doing then. And this is his first like big movie role. And everybody and their uncle was offered this role before Bruce Willis was eventually offered
Oh,
it.
we're going straight into the trivia, are we?
Oh, we're doing
I
it.
think it's just interesting that he was not the choice, that he was relatively unknown, and he just kills this. He does such a great job of being like this distressed. He's not like the typical action hero I mean, he does have his like swagger or whatever, but he's also like just stressed out or sad or, he's just showing a good range of emotions, which I think is just great for like the male hero. And
except for that, he's invincible.
Well, there is that.
Absolutely invincible.
Right.
What do you mean?
You read all the reviews for this movie, and it's like, oh, he's like every man. You're like, except for he can take any kind of pain.
Right, except for he can like walk over a glass and
get shot in the shoulder. Like, he's fine.
In the shoulder,
or just like,
ah!
Be like, hey, I can go down this elevator shaft. Fuck, I'm gonna be fine.
Even though he's invincible, he's still in a lot of pain.
I can fall 20 feet and catch my body weight on my fingertips. That's what I can do.
Absolutely. What do you mean?
Right.
Duh.
Yeah,
but
I can jump off the side of this fucking building without shoes on, not attached to anything solidly connected. I'll be fine.
He is showing you that it's taking some effort, at least.
Right.
He's like, so at least you're feeling like there's some effort involved in the process of him being invincible.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I do like the continuity with like his wife beater there. It's like, it's white in the beginning, it gets a little sweaty, gets a little bloody, gets a little ripped, and it's off for the rest of the movie.
Right. And he's just a mess.
Yeah.
My wife and I were watching like this, and I said, even if I had saved the world from terrorists, you wouldn't let me hug you like that.
No. Take a shower, quick one, 2 minutes.
Yeah, it's like, oh, honey, get that. All right, that's right.
We talked about this. We talked about this.
Oh my God, is that your blood or someone else's blood?
Yeah. I don't even know whose blood that is. Yeah.
Like, who cares about the blood, but the sweat? Oh, the sweat. Oh, you're gross.
Just like, hey, I'm glad you're here. I'm glad I'm here, but let's, we'll take a shower.
Also,
dial it down.
Like, he just murdered 12 people, and he's fine with it. He's totally fine.
He's good. They all just, and this is what you do after you murder 12 people. You get in a limo and you drive away. Nobody's going to stop you. Nobody's going to stop you because everybody is incompetent.
Yeah, that guy who drove the limo through the gate with smashed through it while all the cops were around. I'm surprised he didn't get murdered.
Right. Everybody is incompetent. If you're management in the Die Hard universe, you're an idiot.
Yeah.
Whether it's the police, the FBI, or the news, you are a complete moron at best.
Yeah, you got Carl Winslow over there being like, all right, I've been talking to this guy. I have intel. And he's like, you don't know anything. We're going to assume nothing and just do random shit this entire time.
Right. Yeah, you're just a complete moron. Basically this movie is really anti-authority, I guess. You just, whether it's the government or the police or whatever, if you're in management, you are an idiot.
I just love that they picked Germans to be the fucking assholes because, I mean...
Yeah, but
why not?
They at least,
duh, right? It's great.
Hans
who are they
going
to be? German.
But the rest of them were idiots. But Hans was at least really smart. Alan Rickman, by the way, one of the best bad guys ever.
Dude, he's amazing in this movie.
I love the dude. Yeah, he's amazing in anything.
It's his first movie he was in.
I love the guy. Yeah,
Which is crazy.
He was a really accomplished theater actor before this.
Yeah, but he was 48, coming into the movies and then killing it, and now he's just I don't know. Is he most known for this, or is he Snape now?
Now he's dead, but probably Snape more than anything. But he was in a lot of different stuff after this, and he's just I don't know.
He doesn't even do his slow hello, Mr. Potter. He doesn't do that in this movie.
No,
but he has a great American accent.
He does. It's
please,
really funny. When he, oh God,
don't shoot me,
please. He's the other half of this movie. He makes it fantastic, but not only being villainous, like really relishing being the villain. I think he
I kind of like the hacker bad guy. He's pretty funny.
The hacker bad guy.
Yeah. The quarterback is toast.
Oh God, when he's coming back. Yeah, I honestly, that was believable.
There's just this movie is just you can sort of get annoyed about how stupid they make everybody seem at times, but it's still really fun. And there's some really laugh out loud moments. Like I busted out when the helicopter crashes and the police chief is like, "Oh, I guess we're gonna need some more FBI guys."
I laughed pretty hard at that part too.
There are just some stupid lines in here, though. Not in a bad way, but just like you hear it and you're just like, oh man.
And they're set up like
imagine writing that line.
Yeah,
like
they're completely separate. It's like the whole scene is around that line, like the welcome to the party pal line.
Right.
It's like this whole scene is shot now just to do that line. Yeah, it's like
what a good
and was-
idea to get a cop's attention. Toss a corpse from like 10 stories up onto a car. That's not gonna, accidentally land on the roof of the car and crush and kill the police officer.
Right, or and then the car shot up. Does Bruce shoot up the car, or
No,
did somebody
the
else?
other
That was-
terrorists like pop out of the windows out of nowhere and start shooting it up.
That was all right. Yeah, and he's like, "Welcome to Party Pal." Instead of, "Oh God, the cop's gotten shot." No, let's have a good one-liner here. Let's not worry about the poor cop.
Yeah, right.
The poor Family Matters guys. Die Hard gave us Urkel.
Yeah, well, he gave us Carl Winslow at the very least.
Yeah,
Urkel
which
might have
in turn
happened
gave us Urkel,
regardless.
right? Oh, you think Urkel was inevitable?
I don't know. I haven't watched the first episode of the first season of Family Matters recently. Was it?
Well, Urkel didn't come in until later, right? Urkel wasn't like at the origin of Family. Urkel was like I don't know. This is important.
This is. I mean, he is a cop in both, and he looks the exact same in both. It's kind of hard not
And
to
Google auto completes this for me. When did Urkel start?
give us the answer,
Once
John.
I start Urkel. Yeah.
What's the answer?
First appeared in the 4th episode of the first season. So there we go.
Interesting.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then he killed it, obviously, and then they're like, dude, you're the show now.
Yeah, that's it. And the whole show is dead because of that. Or I don't know. Maybe it wasn't going anywhere anyway.
I mean, it lasted for a while, didn't it?
Yeah, Urkel was a shooting star. He really went for the whole the burnout and that rather than fade away kind of thing.
He's doing sci-fi originals. I've seen him recently.
As soon as
really?
his
What's he
glasses
doing
came
nowadays?
off, he was no longer as important.
He was in like
Yeah.
Giant Octopus versus Giant Alligator or something like that recently.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, he's getting paid.
Yeah.
Yeah, again, I love how
Something.
Google auto completes. It's like if like when did Urkel and it start, and then what is Urkel doing now? Everybody wonders.
Jaleel White.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Poor dude.
He doesn't look so
TZ,
bad now.
What'd you think, man?
I mean, what do you mean?
Did I say I was done, Denny?
Oh, keep going,
Yeah.
John. Keep going.
He's not done. He's not done. Go ahead, John.
What else you got?
No, I'm done. It's okay.
Welcome to the
Aw.
party, John. Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker.
Welcome to the party, foul.
I think
go
it's. I
ahead.
mean, it's a good movie, dude. I
John
don't know.
Booby.
Yeah, I was.
Oh yeah, we found a coked out dude.
Coked out
they
dude
just-
is funny.
Everything is so over the top when they do this. Like you have asshole reporter, you have coked out dude, you have like dumb FBI.
Yeah.
Everything is just so over the top. It's really funny.
You got Vietnam
Yeah.
vet helicopter shooter
Yeah,
dudes.
yeah.
I mean, it's balls to the wall, right? I mean, it's you know. I think my favorite part is just all the long hair, like the fluffy long hair when they're running around with machine guns. I mean, if
With
you're not
the
finding
t-shirts
that
tucked
hilarious,
into the pants.
yeah, if you're not finding that hilarious, I don't know what you find funny because that's just. I mean, it's
That's
a
what
lot.
you're
it's
laughing at? That's funny.
Oh, I was definitely laughing at that. Every time that like one would come in, like screen right, just like fly into picture, and it's like hair's waving around. He's got a fucking machine gun. It's like this is the dumbest shit going, but funny and awesome. I mean, I don't know. I've seen this when I was a kid. Probably seen it on repeat on TBS. Probably seen it on repeat on Fox. Probably seen it on repeat on whatever you want to, whatever network.
Yeah.
I don't remember it as much though. Like I didn't remember it as I was watching it as much because I thought I was watching as a kid and probably really wasn't paying attention at all.
Yeah, just waiting for the
I don't
bloody
even pay
parts.
attention I don't even pay attention as an adult. So imagine how bad I was when I was a kid. So so there were a lot of parts where I was just like, I don't remember this, but whatever. Remember them now.
Yeah.
That explosion scene was pretty cool.
Which one?
One when like, the whole floor explodes and the fire goes up the elevator.
He pushes the
What are you
chair with
doing,
the monitor
Hans?
down
What
the
are you
thing.
doing?
Yeah, with the C4 or whatever.
Yeah. How does that? So he's like being chased in that scene, and he does that, and then the building explodes down below, and that somehow ends the chase.
Wait, I'm
I
confused.
didn't think about that.
Well, he was
That was the scene
Wait.
where he was like running away from dudes with machine guns, and like,
right, but they blow up the roof, right? That's where the roof blows up.
well, what is he doing? There's like I don't know. There's like a chase going on. There's some
I
tension.
thought he was up above and they were down
Yeah.
below again.
See, it doesn't even matter.
No.
it doesn't. Like the dude is like hanging from a chain, dead with his eyes open, and still he's going to make that appearance at the end so that our officer can have this shooting moment,
That
which
was
is fine.
pretty
Which
funny.
is good.
Yeah,
I love that
It's
zombie
all worth
moment.
it.
He got all the way downstairs too after being dead for a little while.
yeah. Well, the explosion, you see, it knocked out the chain, and he really wasn't dead. There's this condition, where you look dead, but you're not. The Germans called it Leafschrib. I don't know.
Right.
Yeah, I believe it. You said
Yeah.
a German word, so I totally buy it now.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
That's it.
yeah,
Whatever.
yeah.
Again, it was just it's just a very entertaining film. I think that it's so over the top that nothing sort of matters, and that's what's kind of great is it's like you stop taking it seriously very quickly.
Oh yeah.
I don't know.
and-
There's like a balance though, because I think some of the violence is pretty realistic
Oh
looking.
well, no, that's true. That's a good point. So
But the storyline you stop
the
taking
storyline
seriously.
and
Yes.
the characters themselves are just so over the top that that I think that makes it sort of. I mean, but you're right. The violence is very graphic. I mean, I still like when the
Glass in
knees
the
got
foot?
blown out.
Oh yeah.
Well, the glass on the foot was really bad, and when the knees got blown out, it's like, oh yeah, I remember that
yeah.
one. That
Dude,
one,
I
freaked
laughed
me out
hard
when
at
I
that
was
one
a
because that
kid.
guy gets his knees blown out and then he does a face plant into a
Yeah, he's
pane
like-
of glass.
Yeah,
I love
mean,
the
that's
slow
what
motion
would
shot.
happen.
I would do that too. If
Yeah.
my knees are
Right.
gone, that's it. It's over.
I don't think you'd
just
break
getting up
glass
there.
with your face though. I think you just
I
snap
don't
your
know.
neck.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe.
But yeah,
Maybe not though. Maybe you would break it with your face.
Yeah, I
You would
remember him
break your
picking the
neck.
glass out of his feet too. That was another like very like cringe moment.
Yeah.
I mean, it
What,
happens.
what else you got, TC? What else?
I mean, not much. It's an action movie, right? It's fucking, you just,
But it's got family drama. It's about a cop who like left his wife or for whatever she moved to look at a dream and, she
he's
got
all the
promoted.
ladies' man because you see him looking up and down all the girls, but now he's going to learn better because of experience killing Germans.
All right. I
Yeah.
mean, I don't know. It's just,
It doesn't matter.
it doesn't
No.
matter. Yeah, none of this matters. This movie just doesn't.
He's got a giant bear, and that doesn't matter.
You could do,
He's got a
you
limo
could do whatever you
driver.
want. I mean, his entrance might be the better part, like where like he sends the guy down with the fucking sting on his shirt. Right
Now I have a machine gun. Ho ho ho.
I mean, hell of a way to make an entrance, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's a fucking action movie with a lot of blood, a lot of violence, a lot of guns. Which the guns look pretty good, right? They look
Yeah.
like they were just shooting blanks on set or something, right?
They actually made him extra visual blanks. They added
Oh,
like
fuck yeah,
whatever
dude.
you need
Looks
to add
great.
to blanks to make the flashes bigger than they
I
actually
mean,
are.
looked good to me.
Yeah.
Can you imagine all the safety measures they had to take though before like shooting a scene? I can't even imagine. They have to check each blank, right?
Yeah.
'Cause, I mean, you're shooting.
Well,
blanks.
they modify the guns so they won't shoot the bullets. I mean, but that doesn't always happen because that guy from The Crow died during.
Pro,
Yeah.
right?
So I don't know what they were using there, but
That's
yeah.
what I was referencing, and you figure that's like the one time that happened. It probably never will happen again. So
yeah, but
you
this
know,
was before
but
that, so
this was before
probably
that, right?
still a threat. Yeah.
Right. But I just have to say the guns did look pretty good when they come in shooting in there, running after him like that.
And this movie, apparently, like all movies, it's tough with trivia in this because like they'll say things and you can't believe them. But like they said that this movie was one of the very first movies that actually used non-stock sounds for guns. They went to a
Oh.
shooting range and they
Like, they
recorded
actually
actual
recorded them?
guns for this movie. And before
wow.
this, most of the guns were like the same noises you heard from like the 50s and 40s and shit like that.
Damn, that's pretty cool. I mean, they're like, oh, we can actually just record guns now, you know? Oh,
Yeah.
right. Cool.
Let's do that.
I think another. And how about like the hockey puck bomb? That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that was
Came
cool.
up with that
The
idea,
slide.
right? Yeah.
Is that what flashbang grenades look like? Because in video
I
games,
don't
they don't
know.
look like that.
No, that's not what I was thinking.
A grenade.
Based most of my knowledge in the Call of Duty video game series.
I mean, why not?
Yeah. A lot of
It's a
gun
good
knowledge
reference.
in that game.
Right. I mean, I don't have much for this one because it's just like a,
It's a nothing.
yeah.
Nothing, but there's small things that just sort of enhance it, like Bruce's relationship with the cop. I think just these little things that just sort of it's a great total package as far as what the film is. I mean, there are just all these little small things that are done that just sort of like they just keep like adding like extra things even above and beyond what you expect. You've got like Bruce and Alan being just extremely good in their good guy bad guys roles, and then you've got the relationship with the cop, which is amazing. And then you've got like asshole reporter, which is funny. You've got
idiot
weirdo FBI
reporter.
agents, which is funny, and weirdo detective or like associate chief of police or whatever the heck he was.
Yeah.
Which is, I mean, it just kind of keeps adding up, which is pretty cool.
I got that chief of police and the reporter mixed up a couple times when I was watching it.
Oh, really?
They look almost the exact same.
Kinda, yeah, I guess so. Except isn't that the guy that's in Ghostbusters?
He's the guy who has no
reporter guy
dick.
is yeah, he's Mr. Pepper.
no dick.
He's got no dick. That is
Yeah.
correct,
Quite a
sir.
pencil
This
dick,
man has no
but
dick.
a no dick.
Hey.
Yeah, this man has no dick.
And we've talked before why Ghostbusters is not in this list.
Because this list is
but whatever.
fucking stupid. We've figured the
Yeah.
answer out already,
We
John.
figured that out a while back, John.
Yeah. They put Groundhog Day on this list and they didn't put Ghostbusters.
Yeah,
fucking
we
list
should
is
watch
stupid.
Ghostbusters.
We could.
We should do that at some point.
Is there another Bill Murray movie on this list? I don't think so.
Oh.
Bill
No other
Murray
Wes
is criminally
Andersons, right?
underrepresented on this list.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh, yeah.
There we go.
A lot of people are underestimated by this list.
Yes. Bruce Willis is not one of them.
No, he's on this one. Yeah,
He's on it a lot.
We got that much. Yeah, we got that
Is
much.
he? What else do we have Bruce Willis in? Well, we have him in. We had it Sin City.
You got Pulp Fiction, Sin City.
Well, Pulp Fiction. I mean, he wasn't much of a standout in Pulp Fiction. I mean, compared to what John Travolta and Sam did. I call him Sam because he's my buddy. What?
Zed's Dead, baby.
Yeah.
12 Monkeys.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he was good.
Sixth Sense.
Dead people or what?
Dead
Oh
people.
right,
yeah.
right. That's true.
Yeah.
He's all over this list.
He's in there, dude.
So really, the people that made this list just have a hard on for Mr. Livesoft.
He Live Soft, Die Hard. It's the
Yeah.
sixth one. It's when he gets really old.
Yeah. There's how many of them now? There
5?
how many total? 5? Jeez.
Yeah. I've seen 4 of them. Have you guys seen any of them?
I don't remember.
The second one takes place in a plane, and it's not very good.
I've seen at least 2 others, but they were really forgettable.
McLean on a plane.
Yeah, I agree with you guys. I have nothing to add. I have
All right, good night, everybody.
Like, yeah, this is like, yeah, right. It's such a superficial.
Oh, wait,
movie.
did you watch
don't
the
need to-
commentary? Come on, we got.
I got a lot of stuff on commentary,
Yeah.
and I got a lot
Yeah,
to
but
say
like,
about it.
you don't like need to break this one apart. Like, you just gotta watch it and love
it's
all
just
the action.
thoroughly
and-
enjoying.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just really entertaining. There's not really any depth to it or anything like that, which is fine.
Yeah,
It's one of
not
those
like
movies. I will say that highly enjoyable. I've seen it a bunch of times too. There's a lot of. It's one of the movies where there's like a lot of quote unquote problems with it. Where if you look at like continuity and just like small things like plot line
You
and
want
all
to
that
like
stuff,
sit and think about it.
Right.
Hey, wait a minute,
but
that
it
didn't
doesn't
happen.
make
Right.
any sense in a
Right.
lot of ways, a lot of different times throughout the movie. But yeah, it doesn't matter. Just somehow
No.
it's one of those movies that gets away with it. So whatever.
Yeah, it's just very entertaining. I mean, the only thing, like, if I like try to analyze it or whatever, I might get annoyed about how it like leads to this idea of just like, I don't know, the way it really stereotypes and paints people, anybody who's in charge, as being a terrible, awful person. But whatever, it's so unrealistic. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But why
Yeah,
was the head of the company bad? Who gets shot first?
Well, he was, actually. So I thought about that too. Like, he actually appeared noble.
Yeah.
Although Hans pointed out that the company did some really terrible things. But Hans, of course, doesn't care.
But Hans just wants to steal shit.
Yeah. But
He
it's quite
lied a few
possible
times.
It's quite possible the company did terrible things.
True.
Yeah. That dastardly Nakatomi company.
If you were going from an airport to a building to be dropped off, would you rent a limo?
If the guy's name was Argyle. Yeah.
Well, he didn't rent a limo.
What's
it
your
was
name, bro?
It was provided to him
By who?
by Nakatomi himself.
By the.
He said
company.
in the movie, if
In
you
the
were paying
beginning.
attention, he says to Bruce, "Well, it's the least we could do." Bruce
Right.
thanks
Right
him
when
for
he
the limo.
arrives to the building, you're saying, right, John?
Yep.
Yep.
It's the least we could do. He was talking about the limousine. I thought it was.
Yep.
They were talking about the flight.
No. They
They
got
said
in the
the
car
limo.
from the airport.
Oh well, shit. Maybe this movie isn't as flawed as I once thought.
Oh, it's so deep. So many things happening. Pay attention, folks.
You guys ever washed up in a sink before?
Probably.
Most likely.
Yeah. I'm thinking to myself,
don't know.
like, most
you go right
likely.
from the airport to the fancy party. Then what else are you gonna do?
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
I mean, you do get pretty gross after sitting on an airplane for a long period of time.
Ugh, I know.
Airplanes
No
are the
thanks.
worst.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
What'd you guys think of the headsets? I thought those were pretty funny. Like the 80s, like
they're really
earphones,
thin,
like
metal
yeah,
stick.
like the
Yeah.
white one. No, the white ones that the cops were wearing on the phone, like the phone headsets. They had like that.
Yeah, I didn't really notice it.
I didn't
Yeah.
notice that
Oh
either.
man, I did. It came up multiple times. I was like, wow, those were some ugly fucking headsets, man. They weren't going for style back then. They were just going for utility. Like
function.
this
They
fucking
just had-
works.
they-
Which
Yeah,
cops?
exactly.
Which cops
Right.
had them on?
When he called the dispatch,
Oh yeah,
he
yeah,
was
yeah.
yelling,
Dude,
and there were 2 women at
that
the thing,
dispatch
and then
was the most out of everything in the movie. Those 2 women, and they obviously were women because this,
so
I
full
have a
of
lot to
shit.
say about this director, but you can kind of guess. He does like only male movies and shit, and he's kind of a piece of shit. But I mean, those people were completely inadequate at their job.
Oh yeah,
They're gonna like
absolutely.
help me, terrorists. I'm like, dude, stop talking to me. Wrong channel.
Stop
I'm like, no,
calling.
seriously, help me. He's like, nope,
Right.
not gonna help you. You
Not
suck.
gonna help. Don't know who you are. Don't care. And then they didn't do that though, because then like when fucking what's his name there from Family Matters drove by, they're like, no, drive by again. Check it out anyway. It's like, what? Now you care?
Right. They hear
Someone else
gunshots.
called.
Yeah, they're getting
someone else
gunshots.
called,
and
right?
like, oh, maybe
But
we
that's
should
why
check something
what I
out.
didn't understand though is that why didn't he hear them then? He's downstairs. He didn't hear them. Come on, you'd hear them no matter what. Those are so loud.
And you would think that if you have one, a call for terrorists, and two, reports of gunshots, you wouldn't be like, send one cop.
No.
That'll be good enough.
No, definitely not. Not in L.A. Especially not in L.A.
No. What was LA like in the 80s? Do you have any idea?
I mean, I thought it was like a cocaine fueled, like
Yeah.
hip hop, beginning, and shit happening, riots. Right? I mean, it was a mess.
Oh. That doesn't sound good.
When were the L.A. riots? Weren't they early '90s?
Yeah, 90s.
Yeah. So I mean, it was all like coming out of that, right? Cocaine epidemic hit here hard in the '80s, and I mean, film was still crushing. Clearly.
Yeah, this movie made a shit ton of money.
Oh, I bet. Yeah. How much
yeah.
did this movie make?
That's a good question. Bruce Willis broke all the rules with how much he got paid for it.
Fucking asshole.
He had been in one movie that did mediocre, and he got paid $5 million to star in this movie.
What was the movie
Wow.
he was in before?
I had never heard of it. Yeah, Die Hard had a $25 million budget, and it made $141 million.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Big success.
How about the return on
Bruce
that?
Willis was first in an episode of Miami Vice. That's where he first appeared.
Interesting.
Uh-huh.
It's weird you don't see Moonlighting anywhere. Maybe it sucked. I
No,
don't
it's
know,
on
but
there. It's like the TV show stuff. I don't think it's located in the right
no,
place.
it's not like in syndicate. You don't see it anywhere. I mean, you just don't. You can't. There's nowhere you can watch it.
Dude, Bruce Willis in Miami Vice looks old. How did he get into acting so old?
I know. I've always wondered that about some of these guys, right? I don't know if that would happen anymore.
No.
Blake Edwards' film Blind Date with Kim Basinger and John Larroquette.
Blind Date, that's what it was, yeah. It was like, it
Yeah.
wasn't a moderate success. It was just a nothing movie.
I
pretty
have
much.
seen it. I'm
You
sure
have?
I've seen it, but I remember nothing about it.
That's not good. It's not what you want.
Yeah.
I didn't see it.
But yeah, so there's different reasons why he got paid $5 million. It fucked with the industry. They, people, the top stars at the time were getting paid upwards of like $3 or $4 million after a hit. So like if you have a really famous person and they have a hit, the next movie they'll get paid $3 or $4 million. Bruce Willis was nobody except for in the honeymooning or whatever it's called, moonlighting.
Moonlighting.
Yeah, $5 million. Everyone got really pissed off at it. And the studio defended it by saying like it was because he really needed to drive the movie. I mean, every lead needs to drive the movie. That's just a dumb excuse.
Oh, but he's pretty much like the focal point at all times.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
true, but you could have found somebody, you'd think.
They tried.
They tried. Do you want to
They
hear the
were
list of
trying,
everybody
but
that
nobody
turned this role
wanted.
down?
Yeah.
All these people were offered the role and turned it down. Nick Nolte, Burt Reynolds, Michael Madsen, Richard Gere, Sylvester Stallone, Harrison Ford,
Richard
Mel
Gere
Gibson,
fucked up.
Robert De Niro, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Clint Eastwood, Charles Bronson, Don Johnson, Richard Dean Anderson, Al Pacino, and Tom Berenger.
What the fuck?
They all said
Maybe that's
no.
why he got paid much, because they were like, well, we slotted money for like those guys,
Maybe.
and we already got the budget set up.
Well, they wanted to pay somebody more because the schedule was already set even before they had everyone cast. They wanted like a, summer of 88 hit. That was like the studio's thing.
Right.
So like they can't just wait another year because like you lose out on all that money or whatever. I don't know how it works, but that's what happened. So I think
It's
they
pretty
just
crazy.
like we'll find the money. Just pay this nobody $5 million to be in this movie.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like the paperwork was already done. They're just waiting for the person to come in. So here's your money.
He got pretty lucky
Get lucky.
because made his career for sure.
I'm looking at this
hell.
Chicago Tribune story. Bruce Willis will die hard for $5 million.
Wow.
This is from 1988. Like 20th Century Fox has paid Bruce Willis $5 million to star in a movie. For Hollywood, the result is equivalent to an earthquake. The map of movie star salaries must be now redrawn.
Wow. Good for him.
Oh yeah, good job, Bruce.
That huge jump. This is interesting. Like, but why? It's like if he is paid $5 million, distraught executives said, "What will Michael Douglas have to be paid for the next sequel to *Romancing the Stone*?
Nothing.
Oh, 3 million stars have to." Who have proved their worth at the box office, including Tom Cruise and Michael J. Fox, have to be paid for their next movies.
Oh my God, I don't know. That's such a hard thing to deal with.
Yeah.
Romancing the Stone.
How much are you gonna get? Oh my God, you're gonna get more money? What?
Wait, we're not going to make the hundreds of millions of dollars we do a year because the actors are going to start getting paid a little bit more.
Oh my
This is
God,
unacceptable.
no. Fuck you. Right?
kinda
Like,
weird,
what is
isn't
that
it?
point? What is that point?
Yeah.
Like, I don't get it.
Things always get more expensive as they go on, especially as the movie industry grows and grows.
Yeah, it's just interesting that it's somebody who's kind of unproven, like Bruce gets it.
It is pretty
Like,
weird how
like,
it's Bruce.
Like he's the one that makes the leap. Usually it's going to be somebody who's,
Yeah, I mean, there was the, what was it? Jim Carrey got paid like $25 million for, it was something. It was like after 1994, because in 1994, Ace Ventura, Dumb and Dumber, and The Mask all came out. And he was like the biggest star in the world by far. And then he broke another record for how much an actor got paid. It was $25 million for, what the fuck came out after that? Ace Ventura 2?
No idea.
I don't know.
You think about the helicopters flying through the city?
That was kind of cool.
Yeah,
Right?
cool.
Yeah.
Helicopter blowing up, also cool.
They only had like 2 hours to do that entire thing.
Damn,
Oh,
I bet. Yeah, shut the whole area down and shit.
Yeah. I'll just do trivia in order because it'll be hard to find. My freaking scratch is not getting better. I'll tell you that. It could be getting worse.
No, you're getting older. You can't
Because
see.
you're writing on fucking a screen instead of
Yeah.
paper.
It's a little harder to tell where my pencil is. What did the spotlights do when they like shone them up into the building? I didn't quite understand
sure.
the point of that.
What, the floodlights?
Yeah.
So, I don't know. So they could see the building?
Really?
I don't know.
Okay. It sounds like you don't know.
No, I don't know. I don't
All
know.
All right,
very
guys.
logical
All right,
answer,
guys. The
but I'm not
building's
sure
right
it's
there,
correct.
guys. It's right
Yeah,
there.
Hey,
it's,
so what building were we at again?
Yeah.
Hold on. Points light. Right there, dude.
Yeah, like if there was any activity anywhere, they could like, all right, somebody's like trying to, they already had one guy like fly out the window and land on a police car. So they're like, all right, we should maybe watch the building a little closer. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe.
But also if like somebody were to come out, you could like blind them with lights and then you'd have a real advantage.
Where everyone behind the spotlight's like, oh, there's someone coming out. And they all turn it, just blind the guy,
Yeah. And then shoot them.
and then shoot him. So he has like uncomfortable eyes for a half a second and then
Yeah,
full of
that's right.
bullets.
I think I'd like a in tandem thing. Like guy shines light, guy shoots,
Yeah.
in concert.
It actually might be nice because, like, if you didn't get blinded, you might be worried about the bullets, but then it kind of distracts you, and it's like, oh no, only my
Yeah.
eyes are in trouble, but then you die.
Nice way to go
Yeah.
out, really,
Yeah.
It's
Like,
polite.
yeah, at least
for
you're
both
distracted.
parties.
You don't even see it coming. You're like,
Yeah.
oh, my eyes, and you're dead. That's
Yeah.
good.
dead, and that's it. Yep.
It was $20 million
That's a
for the
courtesy.
cable guy. That's what it was.
Oof. Wow, the cable
Wow.
guy.
Cable guy. I was curious to why Carl Winslow killed a 13-year-old kid and still had a job.
What?
He killed a 13-year-old kid.
Oh, right. The cop. Sorry. I was like, yeah.
Like, you don't just move
accidentally.
them to pushing paper. You fire them.
That's a fair point.
I think. I don't know how that works. I mean, people are getting away
But
with
did
pretty
he
horrible
say
shit
killed
these
or
days.
shot?
Shot, but I assume killed.
No. Let's say wounded.
I don't know.
Kid
Those 13-year-olds are pretty small. A bullet hole is like a good percentage of their body.
I know. You got him in the foot.
Got him in
Yeah.
the foot.
But you think he would have
disarmed him.
specified? He would have like, I shot him. I didn't kill him. I only nicked him. But he said
Yeah.
shot and then didn't go on because he definitely
know,
murdered the
I know.
13-year-old.
Yeah, that's a fair point.
Yeah.
They might still excuse you if you have probable cause and somebody in the dark's coming at you with what looks like a weapon. That doesn't mean you're retired.
It should.
Well, there's that maybe, but that I don't know if that's what.
Are you
happens
defending
in
the
real
child
life.
killer, John?
I mean, look at who his
Very
boss
surprised.
was. Come on, look at who his boss was.
That's true. All right. So trivia time. What do you think?
Go.
Yeah.
They actually dropped Hans 20 feet to the ground to get that final shot of him falling.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah. And the look of
Yeah.
surprise was real
And-
because they
Right.
let him go at 2 instead of 3 when they were counting to 3.
I love it.
Did they really?
They did. Well, according to the commentary,
That's funny.
I've stopped trusting
1,
everything I hear
2.
from everyone. So it's like
Yeah.
take all the trivia with a grain of salt. This is what the producer and director said. So
Okay.
Yeah.
There you go.
We got like a Michael Mann situation going on here.
yeah, pretty much actually.
Yeah.
Very similar.
What is it with these testosterone filled films and filmmakers? Whatever.
Just a bunch of dicks
Yeah.
walking around killing people.
Bunch of swinging dicks, dude.
The director actually turned the movie down initially because the screenplay that it was, this movie is based, believe it or not, on a book. And the screenplay was like too dark and gritty and horrible for this guy. He didn't want to make such like a grim movie. So all of the humor that was injected into it was because of the director,
Wow.
which is kind of
Oh.
interesting. Because this movie would be not nearly as good, I don't think, if it wasn't for the humor.
True. Yeah, no, if it was just serious action the whole time
Yeah.
and there
Right.
wasn't any like comedic relief with
It
the
would
dumb
be
one-liners
weird.
and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'd be more like
Yeah.
Dirty Harry or something, maybe.
No, then
Kinda,
you'd be
yeah.
like, you'd be sitting there being like, is this really on purpose?
Yeah.
Like the comedy is needed because it's kind of like cheesy.
Well, it
sometimes.
makes it, yeah. Then everything is like, yeah. Then the characters can be over the top, and you're not taking it expected to take it seriously anymore. Even though parts of it are very, the violence is graphic, but
right.
yeah. Then you're like suspending your disbelief, and you're okay. Yeah, they're going to drive off in the limo. Fine. Yeah, he's hung, but like he got hung, but now he's alive again. Fine.
Who's
Right,
hung? Is
right.
he, John? Is he hung?
Yeah, he's hung. He's a
know.
swinging
Oh,
dick.
he's hung.
Remember?
I tried
He's
to
a
move on,
swinging
but I knew
dick.
you would pick up on it.
I'm not the one who worded it that way, Johnny. You
He's
can only
so
blame yourself.
hung.
I know.
He's
It was
just
a mistake.
So big, He's just so
God damn it.
egotistical.
We're talking
you
about
know?
the size of the machine gun. Absolutely.
Yeah,
was
yeah.
one
Or the
sexy
fire hose,
long-haired
if you catch
guy.
my drift. You can hang on by the fire hose. Oh man, I don't understand how that even worked. Oh, the other one I really liked was like, the axe is the perfect fucking width for the elevator fucking door. Did you guys notice that one
I
too?
thought did he get the axe in between the elevator? I thought he was like hacking down the actual door itself.
No, he like opened the doors and then puts the axe in between them and holds them perfectly open all the way from wall to wall. That's what I was
gotcha.
like. I was like, how in what world does the axe exactly the right length for the
Do you think the prop guy was like going to Home Depot back and forth trying to find the exact length for an
I think
axe?
so,
Right,
yeah.
yeah.
Who knows?
Nope,
Or they made
nope.
one.
Oh yeah, they could have just sawed it down maybe on set.
Yeah. Or just straight up measured one and was like, have somebody make this.
There
Prop
was a
guys,
scene
you
though
know?
where he uses that axe to axe down, Jack Torrance style, the elevator door.
Oh, right.
I don't think that would work.
I don't either.
It's a metal door. It's not wood. You got a wooden handle. You got a metal head. Fucking the wood on that shaft or
It's
whatever
a
you call it, the
point.
handle is gonna snap
The-
before the
The wood on the shaft.
wood on the
is it hung?
shaft. God damn
Is it real
Thanks,
hung?
John. Thanks a lot, John. Thanks for this, John. I blame
The
you.
wheel on the fire hose and the wood on the shaft and no big deal. Nothing.
I never
It's
know
all my
what John's
fault.
doing when he's quiet.
Yeah. He's sitting there rolling his eyes like
Yeah,
these
shaking his head
fucking
quietly.
nitwits. Yeah,
Like,
these
God
dumb
damn it.
motherfuckers. Grow up. Whatever.
A lot of the special effects were really done in a really cool way. The elevator shafts. You guys have any guesses on how the hell they did that long shot down the elevator shaft?
Oh no, where he's like jumping
mirrors?
between the
No, it was a matte painting.
Really?
So they built like a set that went down maybe, they said, I think it was like 25 feet or something like that. And then they painted the bottom part of it. And there was a mat underneath the painting.
Huh.
So what
Yeah.
ended up happening is when he jumped to try to grab onto that shaft like across the way, he was supposed to grab onto it and climb into there. Him falling was a fuck up and they kept it in the movie. But he fell 25 feet onto the matte painting and smashed into like the mat underneath the painting. But
Wow.
there's like no, I mean, I guess that's a trick, but there's no digital trickery or anything in that.
Huh.
Which
They
is
look good.
No,
crazy.
I kind of liked that back in the day, how you didn't have a choice. You
Yeah.
had to figure it out. I mean, it's better than they do it now. Because if you do have a shitty VFX situation, it never
I
turns
mean,
out
CG characters are the worst thing that have happened to movies, I think.
right. Yeah.
It's,
I mean, they're getting somewhat better, but
not really. They're just becoming more like watching the new Avengers. They just put more of them in there. They don't look any more realistic. There's just like,
no, what they're doing is they're trying to make like the depth of field more realistic with the CG thing in it, right? So like CG, it's obviously CG, but they're trying to like shoot the atmosphere so that it seems more like they're in it, even though they're CG
but most of the movies are just CG backgrounds anyway. So they're like CG characters
or set
and CG
extensions.
backgrounds.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Set extensions, yeah.
It just sucks. I just don't like
It's
it.
just it's much cheaper, more efficient, faster. All the bullshit with the rest of the world.
Yeah.
Max efficiency,
Yeah.
speed.
Another thing they did in this movie is when the helicopters blew up the top of the building, or he blew up the helicopters and the top of the building.
Yeah,
The top part of the building was a miniature, and for added difficulty, they decided to pan that shot down as they were showing it for some reason. So they had to line up the miniature camera movement shot with the actual, like the bottom part of the building was the real building, and then they kind of took the top part, put it on the actual building, and they thought they would have to do some like trickery or whatever, like finicking with the film to make it merge better, but it ended up working perfectly. So all they had to do is like line it up and it was good to go. They're like, this looks
Right.
real. That's it. We're done.
that's cool.
Yeah. But most of it, they actually did film explosions outside that tower. That's the Fox Tower. It was
Right.
constructed like a year before this movie came out.
Yep.
Yeah. You seen it? Is it
Oh,
still
yeah.
there?
I think it's still there. Yeah.
Oh, is it surrounded with much more stuff now?
Oh,
Is it-
I have never hung out there, so no idea.
So this guy's an idiot, the director. This is my opinion, so take it with a grain of salt.
He's a talented idiot, apparently.
I think he's. I don't know. I was conflicted about that.
Somebody had to be smart here. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, he did Predator. I like Predator. He did Hunt for the Red October. I like that movie.
That was a good movie.
He has a pretty good catalog. They're all dude movies. They're all kind of the exact same kind of movie. But he's good at them. And I like this movie. I don't know. It's hard to tell because he says things that made me angry multiple times during the commentary. He would contradict himself. Like, I'm not in the movie industry. I shouldn't be sitting there being like, dude, you're wrong. Like, you're contradicting yourself.
Yeah.
You should know this. This is your job. Just made me mad. Yeah. He would say things like he really respects Kurosawa, and Kurosawa is one of his favorite directors. But then he goes ahead and says he never uses multiple cameras because people who use multiple cameras don't know what they want. And that's what Kurosawa did all of the fucking time. He used multiple cameras for every single one of his movies, upwards of 8 cameras. So he said that. And then he went on to say multiple scenes. He's like, oh, we had to use multiple cameras in this scene. You're like, dude.
Nice.
Dude, what are you doing?
How full of shit is he, huh?
And I mean, his tone of his voice really made me mad too. Just got to say, he sounded like a real cocky asshole for the most part.
Yeah, I'm sure he did.
He never storyboards. He says the reason people use storyboards is because they don't know how to use lenses.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
What?
Fuck this guy. I'm so glad I didn't listen to him.
Yeah.
That is, I was like, well, I'm glad. I agree, TC. I was thinking about watching the commentary because I thought it might be fun, but.
It is fun, dude. It is fun.
Yeah.
I mean, I was having fun. I was getting all riled up.
Like, you hear that kind of shit, you're just like, what
you,
the
I
fuck?
don't enjoy getting angry.
Yeah, he has quoted, very few artists know how lenses work.
Oh, God.
So, but his guy, so this guy who shot this film worked with Paul Verhoeven beforehand. So he's like, thought of as being good. I don't know what his name is or who he is, but he's worked on some movies that are considered somewhat classics. If you like Paul Verhoeven movies from the 80s.
Not even what?
The only Paul Verhoeven movie I'm familiar with is Starship Troopers.
Oh, that's Paul Verhoeven? Okay, Starship Troopers was fun.
And RoboCop. I actually like RoboCop
okay.
too.
Oh, okay, RoboCop. Okay.
I liked RoboCop.
That actually makes sense because you have this combination of humor and violence in all of those films too.
Yeah, that's true.
That's very similar.
Yeah.
But this is the cinematographer, so I'm not sure how much say he had.
Oh, maybe he does. Maybe he's the
knows?
brains. Somebody has to be the brains here.
Somebody's the brains. This guy thinks you don't need
understand the
storyboards.
lenses. Come on.
Yeah. Not very many artists. Yeah, it's because you haven't worked with that many. This guy actually didn't have that many movies. I think he might be like one of the least prolific people on this list. Let's see. We got 12 directing credits. It's not very much. He did Last Action Hero, though.
He knows lenses, though, so I don't know, man.
He knows the lenses.
He's an artist.
No rehearsals.
I still don't even understand that. You storyboard because you don't know how to use lenses? I don't get it. That doesn't even make sense.
I think it sounded like he was frustrated because he had tried to storyboard at some point, but then it sounded like the cinematographers he was working with were shitty because he was like, you get bogged down in trying to make a scene look exactly like the storyboard as opposed to focusing on the scene itself. You're like, well, yeah, but if you're, a good director, you can do both because that's what making a movie is. You fucking idiot.
I don't know. I hear you. I hear you, Denny.
But I got more. Here we go. No rehearsals. He hates rehearsals.
This guy's so lucky he made a movie that makes sense.
Yeah. He said, quote, I would never ask a couple of actors as experienced as them to rehearse. And he was referring to Bruce Willis and the lady lead.
You might have to stop before I start getting really peeved.
I got more, TC. I got more.
I can't stand these types of people, and I'm around so many of them. It's so annoying. They're so full of shit.
Yeah, dude.
They're so far up their own ass. It's insane.
This guy was so far up his own ass.
And the worst part is you can't even say anything because you didn't make the movie, did you?
No. No, you didn't make Die Hard.
Yeah.
You didn't make Die Hard. Did you make Die Hard? No, I didn't think so.
No.
Did you make Bruce Willis a star?
No, that was me.
Imagine walking
That was
around
me.
work, though, and you were just like, dude, have you fucking seen my spreadsheet? I don't even have a formula in there, motherfucker. I don't give a fuck.
That's how good I am.
I don't make my employees learn. Like, what? I don't know, man. I hate that shit.
Yeah. And Bruce Willis, we've learned about how pushy he is on set, right? Remember how he goes there and he has suggestions and he's kind of depending on the director, they either accept it and kind of work with him or they fucking hate him. Sounded like this director kind of liked him. And Bruce was, even though it was his second movie, giving story suggestions, changing lines. He actually suggested the lead actress lady that plays his wife in this movie. She was cast because of him.
Well, so here you go, right? So what? This guy's such a fucking great director, and he's like, nah, go ahead, actor. You know more.
Well, no, he probably doesn't have any ideas. I mean, again, it's the cinema. It's probably he's getting by on other people's decisions.
I
So
think you're right, John.
It was the cinematographer or whatever. He's like, yeah, let's go with that.
Yeah, I know. I'm so good with that. Yeah, I agree. I agree.
Well,
I
I mean, he
think
did have
that's
the general
right.
idea to add humor. So maybe he didn't like have any
Okay.
good ideas for the humor, but Bruce was like, hey, what about I go, yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker. That's pretty good. He's like, that's hilarious.
That's really good. Let's keep that.
it, roll it, do it 4 times.
And he turns around to his like, AD, and he's like, I told you we didn't need to rehearse. And the guy just rolls his eyes like, all right, pal.
Something else I said was new, which was kind of cool, and I noticed this a lot. It's very effective. Back in the day, apparently in 1988, before this movie came out, cutting on movement was something that studios hated and discouraged. And by cutting on movement, I just mean like you cut while the camera's moving. But
Interesting.
if you like pay attention to this movie, there's a lot of shots where like you're looking at Bruce's face and the camera is like, and he's like going to the left, but the camera's panning to the right. And then it cuts, and then you're where Bruce was going to the right. So it's like it's like forced perspective in that sort of way. And it does it all the time, and it works pretty well. But
yeah, it does.
Studios would apparently tell people when they would see like dailies or however they check the work, they'd be like, dude, no, you can't cut on movement.
On
you
the
can't.
fucking movement.
Yeah.
Wow.
Interesting.
So this movie kind of changed that.
But the cinematographer was like, no, we can do it. Let's do it. 'Cause
Yep.
obviously
Cinematographer, not the
gonna-
director.
Yeah.
Yep.
I like how we're just calling out a director for being like not in charge.
I know. Like
If you were to,
yeah.
so with all
It's
these shithead opinions, if I were to say the director agrees with a certain actor on something and in a bad way, I don't know, that's pretty broad. He agrees with Nicolas Cage on that movies are like music, and then you have to play them like music, and then there are choruses, and then there's a tempo,
Oh my God.
and all that stuff. It's
Shut
like a,
up.
it's like a
Bridge.
song. It's like a
Is
2-hour
there-
long
did he
song.
Just
reference
shut
Nicolas Cage too?
No, he
So-
didn't, but I remember that in The
Oh,
Rock.
okay.
When we watched The Rock,
Nice.
Nicolas Cage was like, it's like a song. The Rock
Oh
is
my
like
God.
a beautiful song. And I am a violin player. My name is
Oh my
Nicolas
God.
Cage.
No. No, you're on cocaine.
That's lovely.
Two different things, man. Wow.
He also did things where he would like go off and ramble. He was talking about the music, and he said nuance of music or nuance of a dream.
Huh?
Ugh.
Wait, in what context even?
He was
I
just
didn't
talking
get
about
that.
how like the nuance of movies is like the nuance of music or the nuance of a dream.
I just can't.
Yeah, I didn't even.
I can't.
I wrote that quote down and then I just wrote, what?
Exactly.
Excuse me, can I ask a question?
Yeah. Yeah. Hi. So that didn't make any sense. Could you rephrase?
It's a nuance.
He
you
called
know, like music.
He called at one point a dolly movement a sympathetic dolly movement.
Ooh, it's very sympathetic. Look at
It
how
has
moves.
feelings.
So
The
sympathetic.
dolly
yeah.
movement has feelings. Yeah. They had a lot of sets, which was kind of cool. Like a lot of the building when they were running around the building was in a studio, indoors on sets,
Wow.
which is great, right? I mean, it never took me out. I always thought I was in this building, right?
Yep. I didn't notice.
Sets were really good. John, would you agree? Felt like you were in a building.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it did.
When the
worked
sun
well
was
enough.
still up towards the beginning, you could see out the window like the hills and the sunset and everything.
Uh-huh.
It was a 380-foot long matte painting backlit.
No.
Yep.
Wow.
And apparently it was like a famous matte painting used a lot in movies back then. For whatever studio did this movie, they would use it in other movies for that same sort of thing. And it still exists. They cut it up into pieces, but it's in like the movie museum that whoever produced this movie,
I mean,
it's in a
that's
museum.
pretty cool. That's awesome.
And if you look at it, you can kind of tell, but at the same time, it looks pretty damn good.
Yeah, if you're not paying attention long enough,
Yeah. You said at one point, there's so when the TV camera rolls up on the shot, it's like, driving onto the scene. He says he didn't like it how the TV antenna looked, how it flopped around. He said, quote, it looks like a weenie.
A weenie,
A
huh?
weenie.
He went weenie. He didn't even, yeah, what
He went
the?
weenie. How old is this guy? I haven't heard I was laughing pretty hard because I haven't heard anyone use the word weenie
In
for
God knows
20,
how long.
30 years probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah.
Whoa.
Oh, he criticized shoots. If you shoot for more than 80 days, it's too long. Any movie that shoots more than 80 days loses its energy. Blanket
Okay.
statements that are entirely incorrect.
Right.
Wow.
And have no bearing on anything.
Yes, this
Other
guy's a
than what
fucking
he-
idiot.
yeah.
Does he watch movies? Does he know anything about other movies?
No, he's just a fucking, no, I'm just going to not say it. I don't know. Nothing.
Sorry, TC, but I get enjoyment out of this for some reason. I don't know why.
Yeah, I don't. I hate these people.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't use the word hate, but I think it's ridiculous how they're allowed to think that they're
Yeah,
smart.
I know. I just hate the attitudes,
Yeah.
of that. Like, and they get away with it because they're,
They do.
in entertainment. I don't know. It's like a doctor acts like that, and everyone's just like, that guy fucking sucks. I'm not going to him, right? And a director acts like that. They're like, whoa, he's so right, though.
Yeah, you have to let him work his craft. He has his own
Dude,
methods.
he's an artist. No, it's cool. It's cool. He's an asshole. I know it's cool. He's important, dude.
Hey, as long as he's making the
don't know.
producers money, that's really all that's driving the whole thing.
Yeah. Yep.
He
Money,
referenced
money, money,
Shakespeare
money.
a lot.
Oh dear.
And all I could find, he just referenced Shakespeare, broadly, wouldn't say why. The only thing I could find is that the book takes place over 3 nights, and this movie takes place in one night, like a Midsummer's Night Dream. How did they say that one? Is that right? Midsummer's Night
Yeah,
Dream?
Midsummer's Daydream. Yeah.
Yeah, which takes place in one
Oh,
night. So Shakespeare, let's say it 50 times
Hey.
now, because I've
Oh,
read a
dear.
book before.
Okay.
He shat on Alan Rickman's American accent during the commentary.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's like, I don't know if we could use it because I thought it was so bad, but apparently people didn't agree with me. I'm like, yeah, that's right, because you're a
Wow.
fucking idiot.
Fucking idiot. Yeah. Like no one's listening to you ever.
Well, thank God you weren't making the final decisions.
I know.
I know.
Oh.
That's a good one, John.
So yeah, the
Oh,
helicopter
boy.
scene was done in one night. It was shot for 2 hours because that's all they could afford, but they prepped for 6 months. They had 3 helicopters do 3 runs, and they had 9 camera crews total.
Damn.
They had to employ every single person within 500 feet of the flight path. That includes all of the residents of all the buildings they fly by.
Oh,
Wow.
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 500 feet. So that's like a block in the outwards direction, at least, right? So that's a lot of people.
Yeah, it is.
And I was wrong about the distance that Alan Rickman was dropped. It was 70 feet to a bag. That's a pretty far distance.
That's a really far distance.
Yeah,
Holy
onto a-
shit. 70
onto a-
feet?
70 feet. Yeah.
7? Like, that's fuck.
Onto a
me,
giant
dude.
airbag.
Holy fuck. I don't know if I'd want to do that.
And also, that's a pretty far fall. Like, if you fall wrong, you could fucking kill yourself.
You could break something at
Yeah.
least, for sure. Yeah.
So you
your
think
neck.
you wouldn't want to, like, fucking movies. They're like, yeah, fuck Alan Rickman's safety. We're just going to, like, let him go on 2 to get the shot. That's what we're
Yep.
going to do.
Yep.
Movies.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Am I slowly getting more angry? No. I love this.
No.
I would seriously recommend watching the commentary. If that didn't make you mad, there's like a lot of, if it made you mad in a fun way, like I enjoy being mad,
Yeah.
it's
yeah.
totally worth watching because like the guy is out of his fucking mind.
Yeah. It sounds
interesting.
like it.
I wonder what it'd be interesting to hear somebody else talk about what it's honestly like working with him.
Yeah. Yeah. He
Probably
didn't
like
want,
working with,
he didn't say why, but he said he didn't want to work with Schwarzenegger again after Predator, which is why he kind of went against his casting, even though the, studio offered Schwarzenegger the role. So Schwarzenegger probably didn't want to work with him either. Maybe everyone didn't want to do this movie because the director's a fucking asshole.
Maybe that's it, actually.
Maybe.
Sorry, you're right. Denny, you might be onto something
Yeah.
there. Right. Oh, who's directing it? Oh, no, thank you.
Even Arnold had, the fucking director fucking sucks. It's the best Arnold I can do.
I mean, it was good. Spot on. Fuck it.
Much better
Thank
than
you.
me.
Thank you very much. What do you got, John? Arnold.
No, oh, don't.
Say
no,
fuck this
no,
director in Arnold's voice. Do
No,
it.
no, thank you.
Come on. Come on.
Come on,
Do it.
Johnny.
I believe in you, John.
What?
I believe in you.
What?
I
No,
can't
no,
hear
where
you.
am
I
I?
can't hear
No,
you.
Where am
can't do it.
I? Who
Can't
are
do it.
you? I don't know.
No.
Oh, I'm losing you. Static. There's static all of a
Ah.
sudden.
Okay. Go on. Let's move on.
That's
Come
it.
on.
That's all I got.
All right.
I mean, that's all I got. I got nothing here.
Yeah. Do you guys know how long this movie is?
2 hours?
2 hours and 11 minutes.
There you go.
I mean, that's kind of long for an action movie.
Well, a lot happens,
That's
right?
true.
I mean, really.
For a movie that takes place in one building, a lot happens.
Well, we did some research and we found out that it would actually take about 2 hours to take over a whole building. So, and then the cinematographer was like, we need to keep it real, man. I was like, yeah, we do.
How do we do that? Can you
How do we
figure
do
out
that?
how to do that and let me
Can
know?
Can you ask Bruce? Because Bruce might know.
You think Bruce will let us come to his house later and we're gonna have like chips and maybe watch the game? No?
Oh, I was thinking maybe like some aioli on top of some like, like really cool appetizers or something.
Did they have aioli back in 88?
I don't fucking know. I'm just trying to think
not.
about the most bourgeois bullshit I could think of. That's all I came up with.
Yeah. Aioli.
Yeah.
That is pretty bourgeois.
Yeah, it's pretty bougie. It's mayonnaise.
Flavored
Fucking
mayonnaise.
mayonnaise.
Yeah. I think that's pretty much all I got, guys.
I mean,
I guess
yep.
the last thing is John Travolta was considered for the role, but he was deemed a has-been by the studios, so they didn't give him an offer.
I love it.
Yeah.
Fine.
That's great.
And it's weird, too, because right after this, Bruce's next movie was Look Who's Talking, and that also had John Travolta in it. And then Pulp Fiction was a few years later, also John Travolta.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
Yeah. So
What a has-been.
studios, he's what a has-been, man. Yeah. That's all I
mean,
got. So
These executives don't know what they're doing. Are you kidding me? Some of
No.
them don't know what they're doing.
no, I think he just did like the sequel to one of the disco movies that bombed or something. So, I mean, they base people's careers like on a movie-to-movie basis. It doesn't matter how shitty the
absolutely.
movie was. They blame the
Yep.
actors for some fucking reason.
Yep.
It's weird.
Yep. Yep.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
No, yeah.
Timmy, would you put this in the top 250?
No, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Jimmy, would you put this in the top 250?
Yeah.
Let's not have
from
Jimmy
South
come
Park?
back.
Yeah.
I was supposed
Jimmy,
to be a John Timmy. John, what's your Timmy think?
I have no Timmy.
You have no
He's
Timmy?
got no Timmy.
No.
You've got no
Ah.
Timmy, huh?
Mm.
I
Wow.
got no Timmy.
What
I'm
does
too old.
John? What does John think?
John himself thinks.
Yeah, John himself. What does he think?
He thinks. Yeah, I would.
Yes.
I think so.
Yes.
Yeah.
and
That's funny.
It's a great combination, and Alan Rickman seals it too. I mean, the combination of Bruce Willis and Alan Rickman, I think it's. Just
this movie is
fantastic.
so good that it almost makes me want to watch him as Snape again in those god awful Harry Potter movies.
Oh, God.
He's pretty one-dimensional as Snape, though. I don't really think too much of him as Snape.
I like his
Although-
voice. His voice is great.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Again, yeah. He's fantastic. He was
Yeah.
great in Sense and Sensibility. Emma Thompson, really good in that. He also had like one of his bigger films was like the Robin Hood Kevin Costner. He was the bad guy in Kevin Costner's Robin Hood. No, he basically does the same thing as he does here. He just has more fun, even more fun. But he plays like a truly evil guy that just has fun with the bad guy role.
I think the only movie I've seen him in otherwise is Dogma. That was the first time I ever saw him.
You saw Love Actually, whether you wanted to or not. I'm sure.
Oh, I blocked it out. The movie's fucking terrible.
I liked it.
Did you? Did you really?
Yeah, yeah.
When's the last time you watched it?
Well, not for a while, but I'm a softie, so I bet
Yeah.
TC would like it too.
I probably would.
Yeah, maybe. I think it has
Yeah.
horrible morals. It's like, yeah, we don't have to go into it. We don't have to talk about Love Actually at the end of the Die Hard podcast episode.
Yeah, I know, right? I'm like, I honestly, Denny, I spaced out for a second. I was like, do we stop? And I don't know. Like, I'm still recording. Am I supposed to
Yeah.
stop? Like, are we
Do I have
we're
the
on
authority
this
to
now?
end
Are we
this?
done?
Yeah, exactly,
stop?
Denny. That's exactly
I'm
what I
just
was gonna
worried
say.
about your lack of appreciation for Alan Rickman. You've seen
Uh,
Galaxy Quest. He was in Galaxy Quest.
Oh, yeah.
Have I with freaking Tim Allen in there? Toolman,
Yeah,
Toolman
yeah.
Taylor, Tim the Toolman,
Timmy Toolman.
Al Borland, and going to space together. Maybe Wilson
Nel-
can come if he plays his cards right.
Wilson. Yeah, that's right. Only from the nose up, though.
Yeah, his hat will go.
Yeah.
Thank you for listening. This is a great little fun little podcast. I'm sweating from anger. I love it.
You're a weirdo, man.
Next week, guys, it's not going to be fun at all. I'm sorry to say.
Oh,
Good.
No fun.
Awesome. What a way to preface it, Denny.
Yeah.
What do we got?
I really
How
don't think
old
it
is
will
this
be.
one?
Though. I
How
really don't
old
think
is
it will
this
be.
one?
It's 2004,
Okay.
but it's
Okay,
Downfall.
so modern.
It's Downfall.
Oh, you're right.
It's
It's
what
not
now?
any fun. Have you ever wondered? I'm sure you have, TC. I'm sure you've laid awake at night wondering, what was it like for Hitler during those final moments in the bunker?
Oh, God, no.
Have you wondered that, TC? Because-
I stay up late, getting really stoned, just being like, man, I wonder what he was thinking, man.
Yeah.
No one thinks
Yeah,
about
well-
what life was like for Hitler. Nobody ever
Oh.
thinks about
Next
that.
week-
There's
This is
no
what we're gonna
sympathy for
explore.
Hitler. I don't
No.
understand it.
So this will
That's
be a
really
challenge.
what we're watching, huh?
Yeah,
Fine.
dude.
Yep.
It's gonna be hard to have a good time talking about it. I think.
Yeah, Denny, get the cats. I'll get the kids. It's great.
Hug your
It's,
loved ones before we start recording. All that
Yeah.
good stuff.
Wow.
Oliver Hirschspiegel. Oliver Hirschspiegel. Troutle. I can't read. Trouty Junge.
What did that? Just stop. Just
And
quit.
yeah. Das Boot.
The
Das
final
Boot.
secretary for Adolf Hitler tells of the Nazi dictator's final days in his Berlin bunker at the end of World War II. Good times.
I don't want to watch this one.
You have to go first too next week.
Oh boy.
All right.
Oh boy.
I'm glad I know about that now so I can prepare.
Yeah.
Some good shit talking.
Take maybe a couple notes there. Well, yeah.
Couple notes, maybe write a couple jokes.
Oh,
You
write
know,
some
we'll see what
jokes
we
down.
do. Yeah, we'll lighten the mood.
Oh yeah,
you
some
know.
Hitler jokes. Those are
That's
always
right.
Hitler
good.
jokes.
Hitler jokes.
Well, no, it'll be anti-Hitler jokes, but we'll see.
Okay,
Maybe
there you
there will
go.
be a few.
Well,
Throw a couple Hitler jokes in there. Yeah.
Yeah. Never hurts.
Yep.
Yeah. Thank you for
Right.
listening. Go to our website, mission250filmcast.com. The list is frozen there. All the upcoming movies are there. We're more than halfway through. We're plugging along. These movies are getting better, I think. I don't know
We're
about
gonna
you
make it.
guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so.
Less of the wild card, like random ones that fly up there for no freaking reason. These ones are actually like,
Right.
pretty solid. We're on Facebook and Twitter. Like and subscribe on your favorite podcast app and tell your friends. Why not, huh? If you like it,
Hey,
one of your
There you go,
friends
Denny.
might
spread
like it
the
too.
word.
Way to sell it, man. Go, Dan.
Yeah.
Go you.
Yeah. Thanks, guys. There's a lot of positivity going around here. It's nice.
Well, we gotta stay positive before we get to this Hitler movie.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
yeah.
All right. Well, I
All
guess we'll do that one next then. Of course.
Sounds good.
Yeah. All right. Talk to you guys
Sounds
next
good.
week.
All right. See you guys.